I'd like to welcome everyone. This is the organizational meeting of the Council of the City of Norwich. Today is December 7th, 2021. It's 7:30 p.m. If we could all please rise.
Forward, march.
Thank you. We'll have the opening prayer by Rabbi Rabinowitz.
Good and gracious God, at this sacred time, we come before you in need, as we so often do. Since the last time we met in this venue, no one could have anticipated the death and turmoil that has been visited upon us and others over these last 2 years. But we also come with hope, and with our eyes raised anew to the vision of the challenges and as well the opportunities, being mindful that we are citizens of a city that mirrors the rich pluralism and diversity of our country. Lord, help us to see the strength that lies within a community of persons of varying backgrounds, ethnic, racial and religious, cultural and social. Bless us with the fruits of your gifts: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, and gentleness, so that we may truly reflect in our lives what we know in our hearts, that we are all brothers and sisters, since we are all your children. Lord, we ask you to bless our leaders and endow them with the gifts of vision, patience, perspective, and understanding, so that in their collaboration, this city might experience a growth in harmony and cooperation. May we always see in them the dedication to the service of this community, and may they also see in the rest of us a willingness to work with them, for our responsibility is no less than theirs. Make our city an example of how we can all work together to be that light that shines in the darkness, the city on the hill that says we are everything that our long heritage calls us to be. Finally, gracious Lord, we ask that you let the gentleness and mercy of your countenance shine upon this wonderful city, the dwelling place of our children and therefore our future, and the place where our aspirations and dreams can be realized. Each one of us, out of our various faith traditions and heritages, pray in your most holy name, and let us all say, Amen. Amen.
Thank you. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Mayor-elect Peter Nystrom.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The national anthem will be sung by Sally Massey.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Sally. Please be seated. I'd like to call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is the oath of office to the mayor. You can stand up there if you'd want, or you want to come down. No. But I want to do so everybody can get a view and the television can get a view also. Please raise your right hand. Peter Albert Nystrom, having been chosen mayor for the city of Norwich, do you solemnly swear you will faithfully discharge the duties of said office to your best skill and judgment, so help you God?
I do.
Good luck and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aldermen and women, can you please rise? Please raise your right hands. Having been chosen aldermen and women of the Council of the City of Norwich, do you swear or affirm, as the case may be, that you will faithfully discharge the duties of said office according to your best skill and judgment, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations, all. Mike, please, Michael. Thank you. Michael Gulatieri, having been chosen treasurer for the city of Norwich, do you swear that you will faithfully discharge the duties of said office to the best skill and judgment, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. Good luck. Board of Education members, please rise. Please raise your right hands. Ladies and gentlemen of the Board of Education, having been chosen members of the Board of Education of the City of Norwich, do you solemnly swear or affirm, as the case may be, that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office according to your best skill and judgment, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations to you all. Yeah, you can go now. Ready? We're on number 6. Election of the Council Pro Tem.
At this time, I recognize Alderman Grant Neuendorf.
I make a motion that we bring it to the floor.
Is there a second? I'll second it. Discussion, Alderman Grant Neuendorf.
I'm supporting this resolution because I believe that Alderwoman Stacey Gould is the most qualified member of this council to become the next president pro tempore. Alderwoman Gould will be serving her 4th term for the city of Norwich. This means that Alderwoman Gould has put in valiant time and effort for 6 years. She is the most senior member of this council besides Mayor Nystrom. She also received the most votes in this previous election, which means that she is more than qualified to fill this role. Alderwoman Gould is, in my opinion, the right member of this council for the position for multiple reasons. Dedicated to her work, has a flexible schedule that would allow her to make meetings at all hours of the day. You have to show up to do the work. Diligent and Alderwoman Gould can be trusted to record information and relay it back to the city council. Alderwoman Gould has amazing organizational skills and a real understanding of numbers and finances, all necessary for running a successful small business, which she does. And I yield my time.
Thank you. Should have done that. Yeah, sorry. Yes, Alderman Wilson.
I would like to motion to replace Alderwoman Stacey Gould with Joseph A. DeLucia, Joseph A. DeLucia, as the member on the council for the position of President Pro Tem.
Thank you. Is there a second? Yes, thank you. Alderwoman Berto is the second. Is there discussion on the amendment as offered? Seeing no discussion, please call the roll.
Alderman DeLucia?
Yes?
Alderman Berto? Yes. Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
No.
Alderwoman Gould?
No.
Mayor Nystrom?
No.
That's 4-3.
The amendment passes 4-3. On the resolution as amended, is there further discussion? Roll call. Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. I didn't see your hand. Alderman Wilson.
So just 2 points. I think it has to be said. I don't think the minority caucus of the council normally chooses the president pro tem. I think Joseph A. DeLucia, who is in his 3rd term, possesses all the qualities to be a pro tem. And he responds, he relays information as well to this council. He has been open and transparent about all of the business of the council. For those reasons, I think, he suits this position just as well as any other individual. I think he's just as qualified for the position as anyone else up here. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there further discussion? Alderman Grant Neuendorf.
I think that we're not downing anybody's ability to do this job, but I think when we're looking to be as diligent as we can for the people of Norwich, Stacey was the most voted person in Norwich for the council. She served 6 years diligently on this council and is about to put in 2 more. She is very, very good at what she does. She's organized. She's able to relay information to people. She's very good at making sure to be bipartisan. She is by far, in my opinion, the best person on this council to represent Norwich in this position. She has the ability to go to meetings all the time. She puts in the work. She stays organized. And for me, I just believe that she is the best person up here on this stage to make Norwich the best place possible.
Thank you. Alderman Wilson.
So just the other thing is I think we all know that being an alderman or woman, you make time for all the meetings that you're assigned to. So I don't think that's an issue. You know, I think part of the job is we make it work to do what's in the best interest of the city. As far as the highest vote getter, if we look back at 2017, Alderman DeLucia was the top vote getter. And he was not selected to be the president pro tem of that council. So I think we look at this and we look at how it has gone in the past. Again, the majority caucus has selected the pro tem. So I believe he's more than deserving of this honor, and I'm humbled to nominate him to be the president pro tem of this council. We're going to work together regardless, and I think he knows just what he's got to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there further discussion? Briefly, the pro tem's position has been evolving over the years, at least while I've been a mayor. When I was mayor in the first term, which was 09 through 13, Pete DeZonia was indeed the pro tem, and he handled many, many duties and had the ability to spend that time. There are many things that happen in the city. They don't meet the hours of our employment. That's the bottom line. That's why Pete DeZonia was my pro tem, and he handled many of the duties that I was or would have done had I not been working another job. It's very important that a pro tem be able to be in meetings, including with myself. Those meetings with developers and other business interests or with city departments, they happen throughout the day, including the mornings. And this is not a criticism, it's just a fact. If you work another job full-time and you're not able to be at those meetings, then I guess I will be looking, because I can count, and this motion will pass, we're looking to appoint a liaison in the Democrat caucus who can, in fact, meet with me in those meetings. Those meetings are often requested by the developers or by activities happening in our city. Just giving a heads up to our members. And thank you for my time to speak. Is there further discussion? Tina, roll call, please.
Alderman DeLucia?
Yes.
Alderman Berto? Yes. Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
No.
Alderwoman Gould?
No.
Mayor Nystrom?
No.
That's 4-3.
Motion passes 4-3. Congratulations to you, Alderman DeLucia. You are chosen as our pro tem.
I'm going to go down there.
Yep.
Thank you. Joseph DeLucia, having been chosen pro tempore for the city of Norwich, do you solemnly swear you will faithfully discharge the duties of said office to your best skill and judgment, so help you God?
I do. Thank you.
Number 8, appointment of the city clerk.
At this time, I would ask for a motion to come to the floor, please, for the appointment of the city clerk. Is there such a motion? Alderwoman Gould, second, please. Alderman Wilson. Is there discussion? Alderman Gould?
I will be supporting this resolution. Betsy Barrett and her staff have done an outstanding job serving as the city clerk. And in the clerk's office, we can always count on accurate and timely information. And I don't think there's anyone better for the job than Betsy Barrett.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Is there further discussion? Yes, Alderman Singh.
Yeah, I will support this resolution with all my heart, and I have seen her work from past so many years since I have been in Norwich, and she's very helpful, not just to council, but to everyone in the city. So I look forward for her to be in that position and help everyone, whoever comes to that office. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there further discussion? Yes, President Pro Tem Joe DeLucia, please.
I would just like to echo what we've heard already and say that Mrs. Barrett is the hardest member or a person that sits up here on this dais, and I appreciate your work every day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there further discussion? Seeing none. Roll call, please.
Alderman DeLucia?
Yes.
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Congratulations to you, Betsy.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. Number 9, appointment of Corporation Council.
At this time, I would ask for a motion to bring this to the floor. Yes, Alderman Wilson, second by Alderman Gould. Is there discussion? Yes, Alderman DeLucia.
I would just like to say that I hope Attorney Driscoll is doing well. I look forward to seeing him again, and I value his counsel, his insight on the charter, and all is as helpful as he has been. He does not understand how much I rely on him. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there further discussion? Seeing none. Roll call, please.
Alderman DeLucia?
Yes.
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
Adoption of the rules of procedure.
Motion, please, to bring this to the floor. Alderwoman Gould, is there a second? Alderman Wilson, is there discussion? President Pro Tem Joe DeLucia, please.
I would like to offer an amendment to rule number 22, page 7.
The floor is yours, sir. Make the motion.
Thank you. I would like to change Rule 22 in the last part, each to be appointed by the mayor. I'd like to strike by the mayor and replace it with the text by majority vote of the council.
Is there a second?
I'm going to second that.
Alderman Wilson, second. Is there further discussion on the maker of the motion?
Mayor?
Yes.
So this is a small change in text. It is a large change in philosophy. It is the viewpoint of our caucus that we should lead by example and lead by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there further discussion? Alderman Gould?
These are the mayor's standing committees. Why are we making a change? Why are we making a change to the mayor's standing committees?
Is that a question to the maker of the motion?
Yes.
Again, because myself and my caucus believe that any committee, special or standing, should be, have its members appointed by the majority vote or consensus of the council, not of only one member of the council.
Alderman Gould, you have the floor.
Thank you.
Is there further discussion? For the record, to me, this is just semantics. The council votes on all appointments of the 3 standing committees. 2 years ago, it was 4 standing committees. In essence, there's no difference that's being offered here other than change in words. The outcome is still the same. The whole council votes. We each have only 1 vote. The mayor does not have veto authority here in the city. It's not in the charter. If you're satisfied with the change in words, that's your wish, but the outcome is not different at all. Everyone votes on these committees. So,
If I may?
I'm not asking for a question at this time, sir, nor am I finished.
Sorry.
The bottom line is each of us, again, as I said earlier, has 1 vote, and that is exercised when these committees are appointed. You sat at agenda setting, and we went over those appointments. If there was an issue of who's serving on a committee, you had a chance to raise that during agenda setting yourself personally. You did not. Everyone was in agreement. There was no contestment here at all. And I would only ask, if you were going to amend the rules of procedure, why you didn't raise that point at that time. You had the opportunity. You were sitting at the table. That is a question to you.
Because, Mr. Mayor, my caucus was not aware of your intended appointments prior to the agenda setting meeting, nor were you aware of ours. So, discussion occurred in caucus regarding your appointments, and I questioned with Corporation Counsel why the rules, or this particular rule, says that these standing committees are appointed by the mayor when, as you say, the council votes them on them anyway. So now there's consistency in our rules with what actually does happen, and now that my caucus is aware of everyone who is intended to be appointed to these standing committees tonight, with this change, the council has the ability to change those appointments if it deems that that is in the best interest of the city.
Thank you for your response. I would only conclude that if your caucus, you said your caucus wasn't aware, and yet you told us your caucus reviewed the committee appointments, and those were the choices of your members, so they knew then, before you even presented them to us. I mean, we're quivering over words, which is silly at this point, so I'm going to stop my contribution. I would only point out that that was language in the rules of procedure as long as I can remember going back, and it wasn't to favor any one party at all, which perhaps your implication is that that's what it does. But that is clearly disputed by the fact that the votes are cast on appointments by the board itself, all 7 members here who have 1 equal vote. But I think we've taken up enough time of the council here as well as the public. Thank you for your response. Is there further discussion? Roll call, please.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Alderwoman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
No.
Alderwoman Gould?
No.
Mayor Nystrom?
No.
That's 4-3.
The motion passes 4-3 as amended. Now the vote on the resolution as amended. Is there further discussion? Roll call, please.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
To clarify, we are voting on adopting the rules as amended?
That is correct.
Thank you. Yes.
Alderwoman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
No.
Alderwoman Gould?
No.
Mayor Nystrom?
No.
That's 4-3.
The resolution passes as amended 4-3.
Mayor's appointments to the Council Member Standing Committee. A, Public Works and Capital Improvement Committee.
Motion, please, to bring this to the floor. Alderwoman Gould, is there a second? May we have a second, please? Alderman Grant Neuendorf. Is there discussion? Alderman DeLucia.
I'd like to make a change to the appointments in this resolution.
Please offer the motion, please.
I would like to remove Mayor Peter Albert Nystrom and appoint in his place Alderwoman Stacy Gould.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Is there discussion? Alder Pro Tem DeLucia.
My concern about this particular appointment, Mayor, is in no way an issue with your contribution to any committee. However, this is born as a concern, a charter-based concern. Under Section 2, under the powers of the mayor, it says, among other things, the mayor shall be an ex officio non-voting member of all commissions and committees created by the city council, and that the mayor shall have no other powers except as herein stated. So I'm concerned that this would be an ongoing charter violation that we should not perpetuate.
Thank you. Is there further discussion? Alderwoman Gould.
I would like it to ask for a ruling. I realize that Corporate Counsel Driscoll is not here, but Counsel Wickless is here. The mayor has served previously on the Public Works Committee to fill a vacancy. And we were never informed by Corporate Counsel at that time that there was a violation of any of our rules. So I don't see now why there would be a violation of any of our rules for the mayor to take that seat on this committee.
The charter was amended in 2015 to add the sentence that President Pro Tem has quoted. We would have to look into the history, into the discussions of why that was added. But that is what the charter says.
That may be what the charter says, but he has had to fill into that role because we had no one else available to serve on that committee, and he did fill that position. And we were never informed at that time that that was a violation of the charter.
Alderwoman Gould, all I can tell you is what the charter says. We could look back at the history and find out exactly why the charter was changed, and we could inform you at that time. But all I can tell you is that this is what the charter says at this time.
Thank you.
Question, if I may. You're referencing the point that the mayor serves as ex officio of all boards and commissions?
Yes, Mayor.
To my knowledge, that has always been the case, and that what you're referencing is not a change at all, as far as its impact legally.
Mayor, I'm just telling you what this says and when it was amended.
Alderman DeLucia, did you seek legal counsel on this previously?
I did. I had 3 separate conversations with Corporation Counsel last week regarding this specific issue. And what Attorney Wickless has said is exactly what Attorney Driscoll said to me.
Thank you. Then is it your opinion that he's correct? A mayor serving on a committee is in violation of that?
The mayor based on the charter, the mayor serves as an ex officio non-voting member by the words of the charter.
Okay. I'm just curious as to why this wasn't raised previously by Mike.
I cannot answer that question.
Hmm.
But we would be happy to look into the history of the charter if you would like to table that discussion or.
No, I think we need to proceed and appoint our standing committees. That's our job here tonight. Thank you. Is there further discussion? Oh, I guess I do have a question. Alderman Gould, do you accept this appointment?
Yes, Mayor, I do.
Thank you. Is there further discussion? Okay, a roll call on the amendment, please.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes?
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Okay, we need a further discussion on the resolution as amended. Is there anyone else? A roll call, please.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes?
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes,
That's 7-0.
motion passes 7-0.
Number B, Public Safety Committee.
Motion, please, to bring this to the floor. Alderwoman Gould. Is there a second, please? Alderman Grant Neuendorf. Is there discussion? President Pro Tem, please.
I would like to offer an amendment. I would like to replace Alderwoman Stacey Gould with Alderman Grant Neuendorf.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there further discussion? Pro Tem.
I will only say that just as this council wouldn't and shouldn't appoint a serving police officer or a member of the paid fire department to be a voting member of this committee, we should also not appoint a current member of the volunteer fire service to it as well.
Thank you. To that point, and I'm sorry Mike's not with us, but I know for a fact that Alderwoman Gould asked him if there was in fact a conflict, and he said there was not.
Would you like me to respond? 'Cause that was a
I'm
question.
just sharing with you our corporate counsel's response that, in fact, she has the right to serve on the Public Safety Committee per Michael Driscoll's response. And it is not your place or any other member to question or say there's a conflict of interest for any member of this council. That is something left to the individual, and she exercised good judgment by seeking counsel at that time before her name was submitted.
Is that a question?
If you'd like to speak again, go right ahead.
I would only say that I am not alleging or accusing that there is a conflict. We have all heard the Corporation Council on that matter. I don't see this as a conflict of interest as much as I see it as a bad idea.
Is there further discussion? What I will have to say to your last response, sir, is that you've crossed the line, you've stepped over that no one should, as far as I'm concerned, on this council. You mentioned police, you mentioned fire, you impugn their name the way you stated those comments, because one of the volunteers who happens to be an elected official here in this city is asked to serve on this committee. I believe you owe all of those services an apology. You won't give one tonight. I'm quite sure of that. But the pattern I'm seeing here tonight is quite apparent. You're going down a path that you will not be able to come back from, sir, as far as respect. Alderman Wilson.
So the only thing that I will say is, I don't think it's, as we're talking about where our job is to appoint these committees tonight. This is not the place nor the time to go back and forth with that type of rhetoric. He asked, he stated his opinion. We move forward, and let's vote. Thank you.
A question to you, Alderman Neuendorf. Do you accept the appointment? Because if you don't, where do we go?
Yes, I do.
Could you please state that into the record through the microphone, please?
I do not.
You do not? Corporate counsel. The gentleman has refused to take that appointment. Do you have a ruling?
Can I have a moment?
Yes, you may.
Mr. Mayor? Mr. Mayor?
Just a minute, please.
Oh,
They're
I'm
conferring.
sorry. I didn't see that you had, so acknowledge. With all due respect, Mr. Mayor, I think I could save us time if you would just recognize me from your chair.
I recognize you, sir.
At this time, I will withdraw my proposed amendment.
Thank you. Does the person who made the second withdraw?
Yes.
Thank you. Then at this time, Resolution 11B is before us as it was submitted. Is there further discussion? Roll call, please.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
Reappointment Subcommittee.
A motion, please, to bring this forward. Alderwoman Gould, second, Alderman Wilson. Is there discussion? Roll call then, please.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
Remarks by Peter Albert Nystrom, the mayor.
Is that mic still on?
Yes.
Good evening. To begin with, I'm going to ask your indulgence and ask you to stand for a moment of silence. Our city has lost several people. Lieutenant Joseph Peperini, who died tragically recently. Our former senior citizen director, Janice Stewart, who recently passed away as well. And our own David Crabb, who was a public citizen who frequented this chamber at council meetings, night after night, month after month, year after year. Someone you might consider a public watchdog. All three of these people we value greatly, and we will miss them. And again, I ask for a moment of silence on their behalf. Thank you. Please be seated. Tonight, this council starts out with some new members, and I welcome all of them to this body. I look forward to working with them. As you've witnessed tonight, we don't always agree. What would be nice is if one had notice of recommended changes. Tonight, that did not take place. There was no transparency on the motions that were made to make changes to the rule or on appointments. Buzzwords don't fit well in this room. It's the walk that you take. I think that's important, your actions. If we're going to have transparencies these next 2 years, I would invite members of this council to share their concerns before the meeting begins. There's a lot happening in this city right now. A lot of it's positive. Investors coming here. We have a new manufacturer who has already signed a lease for 10 years with the Light and Weir building. That's a plus for us. Utility sales, taxes collected, good paying jobs. There are other things on the horizon. Continued growth in our housing industry, whether it's at Benema Mills, the Hills, both in Tafel, West Ledge Development on the west side. If you haven't been down there, that's where Peachtree Apartments once stood. A horrific fire tore through those 120 units. They're being replaced today. All market rate apartments. The blend is happening. 42 market rate apartments in downtown, soon to be under construction. The city still will benefit from American Rescue dollars. And this council needs to pay attention to that closely. There are some dollars still remaining unallocated, but there's another $14.4 million that will be coming to this city next year, sometime in May. It's a generational opportunity for us to address infrastructure things, like the infrastructure that currently fails when we have neighborhoods flood. We need to address those, and I hope this new council will support that. It's very, very important we protect people's investments, their residents, as well as businesses, as well as our very hospital. It's very important. We'll be looking at enhancing the radio services for our cities, first responders. That doesn't come with a cheap price tag, around $3 million or more. But because of these federal dollars, we can address this. without placing that financial burden on all of you as taxpayers. That is very important, and it's an opportunity we do not want to miss. I mentioned a couple of those items going forward so that people are given some notice. And I hope my new council members and my current council members who have been re-elected will agree with those issues. They're very important for the public safety of our people here in the city of Norwich. I want to thank you all for coming. I'm going to end my statement now because you don't need me to go on and on and on and on. There's a nice reception in 335. I thank you all for being with us tonight. Again, I congratulate everyone here who has been elected, including our Board of Ed members who have been very patient sitting with us. I also congratulate our city treasurer. Again, he's serving with us. And I'll take the liberty of acknowledging my wife, Linda. Thank you. My older brother Mike is here, my cousin Ingrid and her husband Bob Kolaski. It's kind of a tradition. They've been here every time I've been sworn in as mayor. They travel down from New Hartford each time, and I'm very grateful. It's great to see you both. And my son Raymond is with us as well. Thank you, Ray, for being with us. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you. At this time, I would ask for a motion for adjournment, please.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, please. Alderman Singh. Roll call.
President Pro Tem DeLucia,
Yes?
Alderwoman Berto,
Yes.
Alderman Wilson,
Yes.
Alderman Singh,
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf,
Yes.
Alderman Gould,
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom.
Yes,
That's 7-0.
we are adjourned. Thank you all.